Hello and welcome, Libra, to your July 2023 horoscope forecast. I am Jeff Smith. I am your astrologer and your tour guide for the month, showing you all the celestial events that are going on. We're going to go over the full moon that happened. We're going to go over the beginning energies of the month, the overall feel of it. We're going to talk about the new moons and any ingresses, any planets moving into different signs, all of that. Just wanted to give a quick apology to everybody out there. The 4th of July weekend slash Monday, Tuesday got really intense. I had a lot of work to do and I wanted to take some time off. And I did, and I got what I needed. But, here we are. I know it's a little late, but I wanted to apologize for that. So let's talk about what was going on at the beginning of the month. We could almost feel some kind of tension, and most of this could have been revealed at work. Let's go ahead and take a look at your chart here. And you can see the first thing that I wanted to point out is that Neptune is stationing almost right on your seventh house cusp, which means that there could be some misunderstandings or the veil is lifted around this time with your daily work and also your relationships and how you deal with the public. So there may be some breakthroughs that happened at the beginning of the month. We've got Pluto going retrograde. We've already got it retrograde in Capricorn in your natal fourth house, which is reassessing home things. So right now, what it looks like is that these energies that are present at the beginning of the month and for most of the month for July is you trying to reinvent things at home, maybe get some things done, get some structure going, probably beautifying, anything like that. But we've got Neptune going retrograde, getting station ready to go retrograde. And what this brings about is kind of like the veil's been lifted. Now we know what needs to be done. It could be challenging with this, the nodes being square Pluto, but what that does is kind of gives you perspective. So for July, your focus this month is going to be on home, career, and daily routine. That's where the focus is going to be for most of the month. So what you want to do in that time is, again, you've got Saturn, the lesson teacher, in Pisces, which is a little bit weaker, but it's retrograde. It's still teaching us a lesson about getting disciplined, about getting things done. And you've got an emotional time to get things done. You know what I mean? You're gonna be locked in. It's a good time to do all these things that you've been planning to do that you put on the back burner, because let's face it, Libra, you can be a little lazy. And there's nothing wrong with that, but now it's time to clean up the loose ends, get all that stuff done. Again, the month is going to be a huge focus on home and career, because we've got the full moon. We'll go ahead and take a look at that. We might as well. We're going to take a look at the full moon. Happened on July 3rd. We're still under the effects of it. So from now until the new moon on the 17th, what I suggest you do is look for any things that you releasing control, anything like that. Okay, so we've got this full moon happening in 11 degrees Capricorn, already happened. And what this is calling for, again, in your fourth house, if we go bounce back to your chart, is a focus on career. So you're going to be busy. You're going to be trying to balance the work and home situation here in July, trying to find a balance, changing up your routine, being a little bit more pragmatic with your schedule, instead of just blowing off the day. I know it's summertime, but we've got things to do, as always. So let's move on to July 10th, because the rest of the week kind of sails on, which is good. But we've got, on the 10th, Mars moving into Virgo. So Mars is moving out of, let's see, we've got the new moon chart here. What are we doing? All right, Jeff. Flip it back. Where did Libra go? There it is. Okay, good. Whew, thought I lost it. All right, so we've got Mars moving into Virgo. And when that happens, I don't want you to how can I put this? Mars is the planet of action. Now all of a sudden there's a shift to be like, you know what? I've got to clean out. I've got to make a detailed list of the things that I got to clean out in my emotional closet, because it is going to be moving into your 12th house. So your 12th house has to do with your subconscious. What is your heart telling you, Libra, at this time? Is it time for a new routine? Is it time to get more disciplined? We've got this beautiful trine going on with Mars and Venus and the moon and Chiron. A good time to heal. This is time that you need away, and hopefully you took some vacation time at the beginning of the month. And it kind of lazily moves on. We've got the 10th, Mars moving into your 12th house, so that's action. I got to clean out my mental closet here. And then we've got on the 12th, the moon, which has to do with emotions, is going to be square, which is challenging your ruler, Venus, on the 12th. So there may be some emotional flare-ups, that kind of thing. Could be some disappointments with other people, so on and so forth. So we're going to move right on to the new moon, because like I said, January. Yeah. July, there really isn't anything major popping till we get to the new moon. So here we are, the new moon, and the new moon is going to be taking place in your 10th house. So the full moon's in your 4th, illuminating things, and then we've got the 10th house. That's where it's taking place in your sign in your solar 10th house. So what that means is it's focusing on home, family, and then balancing it out with work. There's going to be more money, more job offers coming through for that. So be aware of that. You will be going through, it's like I said, it's all about time for balance. And Libras, for you, it is a time for balance. So for the new moon, maybe you want to put the intention in there that I also equally put as much work into my career as I do into my home life, because I got a feeling it's a little imbalanced right now. So what you want to do is alleviate all that and have this energy start to work for you, okay? So let's take a bounce back to your chart there. So we've got Venus and Mars. They're going to be progressing through the rest of the month of July. The new moon is taking place in your 10th house. It's going to be career, public. You're going to be a lot more busy. I say welcome it. Everybody could use some more money. Feeling more secure and stable in your job. At first, maybe you weren't. Now you're going to feel a lot more secure. We do have this Uranus square Venus and Mars, and that's going to be around for a little bit, and then it alleviates, and then we've got the new moon. Just when we settle down, here we go. It's popping off. So this new moon is an excellent time to plant the seeds of the desires of what you want to show up in the next month, So this is an excellent time to get a new job, look for a new job, advance in your career, but it's got to feel emotionally right for you, okay? It's got to feel stable. It's got to be a good investment. That's another thing. You want that good investment mentality when you're dealing with the new moon in the 10th. So welcome that energy, And then we have, on the 20th, we have Mars, which is going to be in your 12th house at that time. It's going to be opposite Saturn. So again, it's going to be you wanting to change up your diet, feeling emotionally like, excuse me. It's about changing your routine, getting emotionally invested in it, and finding the personal drive to change some of these routines, because you've been asked to do this with Saturn going retrograde in your 6th house. It's a reevaluation of, how can I fall in love with my routine again? How can I make this work for me? Then on the 20th, we've got the sun opposite Pluto. So it's going to be right here in your 10th house. So there could be some things that work that pull you away from home, or home pulls you away from work, vice versa, just so you're aware of that on the 21st. And then on the 22nd, the sun moves into Leo. So it's going to be moving into your 11th house. This is going to have to do with other groups, people, meeting people, right place, right time. And also Venus is going to be going retrograde on the 22nd also. So With Venus going retrograde, your ruler, it's time to reassess our relationships with other people. It's time to reassess our relationships in general, because with Neptune going retrograde, the veil has been lifted right around the full moon time. So be aware of that. Big changes coming. Please don't go back to any exes. Venus is going to be retrograde until September, the September 3rd, actually. So this is a good time to reassess. How's my relationships going? Is this emotionally satisfying for me? And what can I do to change it so I can get the emotional love that I'm supposed to get? You know what I mean? So then we've got the moon moving into your sign on the 23rd, and then quickly moves into Scorpio. Then we've got on the 27th of July, so we're closing out the month here, you've got Mercury conjunct Venus. So if you are working on relationships, the 27th is an excellent time to start expressing yourself, okay? Then we've got on the 28th, Mercury, the planet of communication, is going to be moving into Virgo. So this is a time to really come down to earth with your feelings, make a list, write it down so you don't forget anything of that nature. It's a very quick and fast month, but we got to balance that home and work life. That's your whole theme for this month, Libra. So work on that. Don't think you're missing out on anything. There has to be a balance. Always, always, always a balance between these two houses here. It's kind of putting the tension on it to make you move forward in a direction that you need to go. Okay? So, Libra, that's it for July. I apologize for it being late, but here it is. Better late than never. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. Be safe out there. Work on your relationships. Clean out the mental clutter. It's a focus on home and family. It's a focus on work and career. Make it happen. Reach for better choices and also strive for that balance that you're all looking for. All right, Libra, thank you very much. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in August.